Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another Mix It Up podcast. I'm your host, Joel Hawkinson. Of course, I'm here, my buddy.
H. Jones in the building.
You know, it's actually funny because just like a second ago, I was doing some weird thing. We were getting ready for the show and everything else. And I'm like just doing weird little clicks, right? Didn't notice, but all of a sudden I realized that he's doing 1-2 breaths on it. So it's like, and then I asked him, are you doing that on purpose? And he's looking at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, did you hear what I was doing? And I started doing it again. He goes, oh yeah, I heard you doing that. And I said, did you notice you were breathing timing on the exact thing? He goes, no, I wasn't. I was like, yes, you were.
That was on my phone.
As I was doing it, he's doing it in his nose. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what? Okay, man, it was just crazy. I just thought it was funny. Anyways, today we're going to be going back. We got YouTube shoved a little old school in front of us. At least old school. I don't know if it would be called old school. I don't.
Not technically, but out of what we've seen.
I mean, it's a decade, almost a decade ago is when the video came out. But it's N. I want to say no, but it has a period in between. So N.O. So just no, I guess it's a BTS song. But 9 years ago is when N.O. We'll just say N.O. I can't say no. There's a period there. It's going to bother me, you know. N.0. That's what it also could be.
N.0.
Yeah. N.0. Whatever.
End point.
The no video. The no video. Yeah, so we're going to be checking that out today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new things are coming out. And don't forget to check out our sponsor if you're a business, mk5studios.com. They do graphics, web design, video pre and post production, and they have a bunch of people they work with and stuff like that. A huge network of printers and manufacturers and installers and all kinds of stuff. So they can pretty much do everything from design to start to finish. So check them out. Other than that, we are going to be putting out some new types of videos over the next couple months. So some vlogs and I don't know, maybe some financial stuff just to help you out in case you need to know how to invest for your future life and things like that. I don't know.
Pointers.
We and it won't be our videos. It'd be like a friend of ours or somebody who's in that industry, you know, like a fiduciary financial planner or something. I've got one in mind, but, yeah, so other than that, that's we're going to be doing some reaction videos and some other stuff. But just out of curiosity, would you guys be cool with, we've talked to some of y'all already, but which actually someone came up with a good idea for us. They said, why don't you do like a Patreon tier? It's like $1 a month. And people can actually vote on what you shoot in the next month. So they could vote on if, you know, they wanted to watch certain XG videos or BTS videos or live performance videos. And they could like provide the links and then everybody could vote on which one would go through.
Okay.
Or we could get a bunch of submissions, put them up, and then people vote for them. And that's the 12 videos we put out, reaction videos we put out the next month. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. But yeah, just curious if you guys would want to know it. Otherwise, I plan on setting it up anyways. By the time this video comes out, it will have already been set up, most likely. But probably not. Let's be honest. I got a lot of stuff going on.
You have the idea to set it up.
Yeah. I had the idea. But yeah. Other than that, everything's stupendous, guys. I hope you have a good day. Let's take a look at this video and check it out. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us. Let's check it out. We haven't listened as much of their old stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff. It's a decade.
It's older.
Older.
Yeah.
Older. No.
Why'd you put subtitles on?
Shh. I always forget. They look so young.
BTS, we dropped the second bomb. CS, and the revolution just started again.
없어졌지 쉴 틈도 없이 학교와 집 아니면 PC방이 다인 집 파티 같은 삶들을 살며 1등을 강요하는 학생의 꿈과 현실 사이에 이중한 척 우리 공부하는 기교를 만든 건 누구 1등이 아니면 나고로 구분 쉽게 만든 건 틀에 같은 건 어른이란 걸 쉽게 수고 할 수밖에 단순하게 생각해도 약육강 시간에 친한 친구도 밟고 올라서게 만든 게 누구라 생각해 어른들은 내게 말하지 힘든 건 지금뿐이라고 조금은 참으라고 나중에 하라고 Everybody say no 더는 나중이란 말로 안돼 더는 남의 꿈에 같이 살지만 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no 정말 지금이 아니면 안돼 아직 아무것도 해본 게 없잖아 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no
좋은 차 그러게 행복일 수 있을까 인성 to the sky 부모님은 정말 행복해질까 넓어
먹고 싶어 겨워 찍고 싶어 make money good money 벌써 삐딱한 시선 막연한 뿐인 통장 내 불행은 나도 초가지 공부하는 한숨 공장 계속되는 돌려막기
어른들이 하는 고백 너네 참 편한 거래 눈에 넘치게 행복한 거래 그럼 이렇게도 불행한 나는 뭔데 공부는 대화 취지가 없어 밖에 나 같은 내가 넘쳐 똑같은 곡도같이 인생 도대체 누가 책임을 져줘
어른들은 내게 말하지 힘든 건 지금뿐이라고 좀 더 참으라고 나중에 하라고 Everybody say no 더는 나중이란 말로 안돼 더는 남의 꿈에 같이 살지만 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no 정말 지금이 아니면 안돼 아직 아무것도 해본 게 없잖아 We roll, we roll, we roll Everybody say no Everybody say no Everybody say no Everybody say no Everybody say no
Okay. I gotta say this straight up. That music video, that song, had elements and tones from like, I mean, you gotta think about it. You had rap involved, right? And definitely 10 years ago, that was the style.
Yeah.
You had R&B pop, which is very popular, but 10 years ago, that's the style that was going. You had elements of EDM.
Yeah.
And then you almost had like a dubstep breakdown, elements of dubstep mixed in with it as well. Then going back into a pop ending to wrap it up. That's a lot of stuff to pack in one song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff to pack in one song. Their positioning of their lyrics, the way they were quick with it, I mean, it all made sense. It didn't feel like they were rushing parts of it or sections of it. And obviously you can tell just by the entire, what did they call it? Because visuals means looks. So art direction, the entire art direction of the video itself looked very much like trying to go your true nature, trying to fight against whatever society might put a pin on you, right?
Yeah. Going against the norm, standing up.
Yeah, doing your own
Say
thing.
No. I just wonder why it's N period O instead of just.
I don't know either. That's the actual titles, N period O. And yeah, it's social commentary on the pressure society places on young people to conform to a particular path in life. The lyrics describe the feeling of being trapped in an autonomous lifestyle with no room for dreams or aspirations beyond achieving good grades and a stable career. Well, I would say that's more. That would probably be more their environment. We don't have that as much.
You know about specifically like the grades and career piece?
Yeah, grades and great career, things like it's more about being happy, freedom, and creativity is a huge part. Like that's how I grew up. My parents they're creative people, but they didn't exactly try to push me towards a creative career. They would want me to have a stable and good career path. That's what they wanted for me. But they knew very well they could not change me. Like they were very strict. And they still knew that I would rebel against them. Like if they would have been even tight, because they held on pretty tight. Like I wasn't allowed to have I won for Boy Scouts that I was in. I won pocket knife. My dad didn't let me have that. He didn't give that to me until I was 19. Because he was like, you're not responsible enough for it. Like that. So they were pretty strict and hardcore about it. Like I didn't have too many sleepovers unless they were like church people or, someone I grew up with. But for the most part, I didn't really have sleepovers at other people's houses. I just didn't. And I didn't have many people come over to my house to have sleepovers either. Mainly because I just didn't want them to see how strict of an environment I lived in. I was like, can't go to school and people go,
it's not fun here.
Church boy's life is boring. Like I didn't want that to be what it was. So yeah, I mean, like I didn't, because I didn't really have too many gaming systems, stuff like that. I mean, I got an SNES basically 15 years after everybody else got one,
As long as it still works, it's okay.
Or 10 years.
Okay.
When did that come out? Like 91?
I was a Sega person. I didn't do Super Nintendo.
They came out at the same time, so.
I know.
Anyways, it's like 91 or something like that. Anyway, so. Yeah, it was just like literally my life from but no, it was but that was the whole thing. I think with their environment, South Korea's way more about education and they're more about having a stable career and doing something important and things. I'm not saying that we aren't. I'm not saying Americans aren't. We definitely are in that. I mean, you got Harvard and everything. There's definitely a stigma for that. Not saying there isn't. But a lot of people have a little bit more freedom from the pressures of society. Mainly because we also have that whole attitude of, which that's the only thing I can really credit that with, is that douchebaggery, we're number one attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do have that in spades. We have that in spades. Yeah. We're not number one in everything, but we act like we are. It's some weird, and we really aren't in any way, shape, or form anywhere even close to being number one. I think we're like, 14 or 15th in education? That is so bad.
That's probably generous.
That is so bad.
Probably in
we have so many people and it's that bad. I mean, yeah. I don't know. That makes me sad inside. I gotta stop talking about it. It's making me very sad. Yes, I'm getting towards the edge of the...
I didn't move.
Sure?
I'm in the same spot. Did I move? Tell me in the comments.
I thought you moved.
I won't see it.
I thought you moved. You hippie. No. But yeah, so, I like the song. I like the lyrical content. I like the meaning of it, breaking away from what society pressures you to be. Mm-hmm. I agree with that 100% that you should do that.
Notice they did the red pill.
Yeah.
That's
why when I saw it at the beginning, I was like, this is very much more sci-fi than what they've done in previous videos and things. Well, technically this would be a previous video. So
that's true.
Yeah.
We're watching it backwards.
We're watching it all out. Let's just say it. Let's just be honest. Call a pig. We're just watching everything out of order. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Nothing
so
we can
now
do about
I
that.
wonder if the stuff 10 years ago has more rap influence.
I think it does.
But there's a whole lot less in what we've seen.
I think I wouldn't say that because we saw quite a bit of it.
Well, solo projects.
Their solo projects are definitely more rap RM, Suga,
the rappers,
of course. Yeah. I mean, even but you got to look at it though, and their individual stuff's so dope though. I mean, Jungkook, come on now. That Usher thing is stuck with me.
It's still on my playlist. I'm waiting on it to come on the radio.
It's never coming out of my head. Like, I'm going to end up singing that till the end of time. And you got the J-Hope stuff that he did with, what was his name? J. Cole.
J. Cole, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool too. So they've done a lot of interesting stuff over the past 10 years. So, and of course, your first music you're going to be putting out is going to have a little more angst. Because you're going to be a little bit more honest. And because when you're in your 20s and your early 20s or early teens or whatever, you're going to be a little bit more fighty. You just are. You're going to be a little bit more fighty. You're going to be a little braver than you would be. Because once you hit 30, you're like, I got stuff to lose. It's like, I don't want to start from scratch again. I got things to lose. So, it becomes a little bit harder to fight against pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But you still do it because it's the right thing to do. You fight people's ignorance. You fight people's injustice. You fight the things that you see in your normal day life, even amongst your friends and family. Be like, hey, you're being an idiot. Like, I don't believe in just straight up being like, you need to do this and you need to do that. No, I believe in letting people live their lives. But if they're living their lives to the point of malnourished destruction, it's like, I just got to say this and then I'll move on. A plus B equals C. Just saying, red plus blue equals purple, not orange. So maybe you might want to change how you're doing things. I'm just saying. Oh, you don't want to? Okay. And at that point, then you're just like, okay, well, I either fuck off or I get a little deeper and be like, hey, man, for real, you're fucking your shit up. Get your shit right. Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of what it all boils down to with human behavior. You can't really do anything or force it to happen. It just happens. You have to kind of go with the flow for the most part and try to make some changes where you can in your own life or others, whatever. But if someone is adamant about doing what they're going to do, then let them do what they're going to do. If it bothers you that much, then stop being involved in their lives. That's the only thing I can say.
Some people got to bump their head. Some listen.
Because
bump their head.
Again, if you spend all your time trying to dig into other people's lives and fix what they're doing wrong, you might be fucking up your own.
Right.
Yeah. But I do believe in exactly what they're trying to say is don't let society bake you into this little cookie and that's the end of your existence. Is you're finished, you're done. Spend the next 40 years working and doing what you need to do, not being happy. I mean, what'd you think about the art direction of the video or?
No, the art was cool. The art, the music was good. The beat was dope as hell.
The beat was very dope. It very, very much.
I was waiting on Jeezy to come out.
Yeah.
Because
it was just
I think it was RM that was doing that. He had a couple of times. He was in the background. It's like, all right, Jeezy's coming out.
Sure. Hey, Cotton Young Jesus. Yeah, just sure. You're just expecting it. Well, it had that 2010 to 2012 feel, which is T.I. Paper Trail, that style stuff.
I think it's a synthesizer where it's just climbing.
Yeah.
He used that a lot in his music, so it's like, all right, where's he at? Where's he at?
Well, I gotta say, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when new things are coming out. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, mk5studios.com. Just gotta tell you guys, better health, better wealth, my friends. H, say bye.
And say no. And period O. We still don't know what the period's for.
Okay. Better health, better wealth, my friends. We're sorry.